All right. I know I'm starting late, but as soon as I got up this morning, I had at least half a dozen assignments to finish, and of course, criticism about a mistake I made that it was absolutely impossible for me to know. I don't know, I'm just whatever. It's like if I was a cop for 25 years and then I hired you with no police experience whatsoever to be like my secretary or my personal assistant, and I would say, hey, um, go ahead and finish doing this 29 strong arm robbery report, but make sure you set it up so that the assistant attorney knows that da 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 whatever. And you know nothing about it. You've never even done a strong arm robbery report. You just try to wing it and try and get it figured out on your way. And then I criticize you saying, hey, you wrote that as a strong arm robbery. It was actually a burglary. I mean, that's what you told me to do. So, it's just frustrating, man. Um, and if I was at least showing some success with this, then I'll just ignore the frustrations with the other source of income. But this is just, you know what? There's a video I watched yesterday. There's this guy called Man Trading, and he seems like a sharp, smart guy, but sometimes I can't stand watching his videos because, I know I sound like a hypocrite saying this, but he goes off on tangents, but his tangents will last 10 minutes, 15 minutes on a 20-minute video. Um, but he was saying how if you're a trader and you're consistently losing, that's actually a good thing because you just need to change your mindset. I don't know if I fully agree with that because I think the market is set up in such a way that that if you're an excellent trader, I mean you're really good, then 70-80% of your trades are successful. But I think the market is set up in such a way that for most people, they are 80% failure rate, 90% failure rate, which is what I am. And I think that's because of the market's just unpredictability. So I don't think simply just changing the way you see things or changing the way you view the world would change. But it was an interesting video, albeit I couldn't finish watching the whole thing because like I said, about 5 minutes into the video, he just started showing a bunch of images and pictures of cats and flying over mountains, and he just kept. He speaks more about philosophy and psychology, more about practical, helpful trading things. So, and his trading strategy is interesting. He simply does micro scalps on ES futures. He has some sort of algorithm that he just does these micro scalps depending on where it goes and whatever. So it's not really helpful for me. But anyways, system market's already open. Let's talk about what's happened since I'm so damn late to this. Um, Now again, I'm just beyond confused and don't even care at this point. Adam Mancini says that the the bottom of this channel is this channel that we've been running through, this bullish channel that we've been flowing through, is actually 4148 or 4145. So I adjusted this channel to be somewhere in that area. It makes no sense to me because if you can look, this channel is just floating in the middle of nowhere. It's not been touched by anything. I don't understand. I don't want to show his chart because it's a newsletter you subscribe for, and I'm not too worried about you looking at this and figuring out any things from his newsletter because this thing's just a horrible mess. And I've said it many times, my lines never really line up with his, especially on Thinkorswim. It does sometimes line up on TradingView, but the problem is I tried to copy his lines for this channel on TradingView. I tried to put this where 4148 would be, and again, this lines up with nothing. On his chart, it does line up with the bottom of, my God, dude. Why can't I zoom out any further? On his chart, this bottom line lines up with this right here. And this line, look, I don't know. All I know is this line dips lower on his chart and he lines up there. So supposedly, if this is going to bounce, it's going to bounce now here, from what I understand. Because we're already, oh, look, it did bounce. How the hell did I miss all of this? Come on, go to 15. Oh, so I guess, yeah, so this is the line here. So it's bouncing at this point. How strong of a bounce it's going to be, I really don't know. And if it does bounce, where will it go? If I had to guess, 4161 is going to be a strong resistance, and then 41 somewhere between this confluence here. So let's shoot for 41. Let's go to SPY so we can figure out what to shoot for. And obviously I haven't adjusted these levels on SPY because the SPY channel looks completely different from ES. I don't know. Let's shoot for 415 today. Or 414. I mean, we did form a demand. It wasn't, I guess this could be a retest. I don't know. But it's not looking too strong right now. But of course, that can change at any moment. As far as VIX is concerned, yeah, it's a pretty big rejection from the weekly here. In fact, it's to the tick, it rejected from the weekly and just been pushing all along. And this jump here seems bullish to me from pre-market to market open. And this was the low from yesterday, which is pretty close to that low from yesterday already, which is a bit worrying considering how much we dropped. But then again, proportionality and VIX seems to be irrelevant. Yeah, there it is, it's pushing. Part of me is telling me to just go ahead and take this long, but it's already almost at a gap fill. No, it's not. Our close is somewhere over here. So I could take this long. And if it makes its way up here, this can go from 40 to 80, which would be a nice little profit. Of course, if I do take this trade, this is the only trade I can take today. And I've been trading enough to know the way the universe works. The moment I click buy, this is going to start to fall. So no, I'm going to wait. It would be nice if VIX retests this previous yearly low. I need to adjust this, but of course if I move it now, it'll just mess up. Yeah, and it's rejecting at 4161, 4162. Which of course I have 4168 on my SPY, so I don't know. I'm just tired of trying to figure out where these things line up. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I did forget to read Adam Mancini's morning tweet, so here we go. Hopefully this is the right one. And of course Twitter decides to put this little blue thing in front blocking it. Okay, it's been over 1 month in ESF without more than 2 days of lower lows. As extreme dip buy regime continues, it's likely tested today. 4168 was key support yesterday, failed overnight. Plan today 4148 support next down, which, sorry, let me switch to ES so you can see. 414, I think I have this I don't know. Maybe I don't. This is where I have 414, so it's probably off. Yeah, it bounced just slightly above 4148, so this one looks like it's actually right. All right, 4148 support next down, bounce spot. If it can't clear 4168, we continue the sell to 4135, then 4118. Now I don't know. I have a feeling if we sell that low, then the rally's over. I think maybe we can recover at 41. What did he say? 4135, which is not that far below. I think I have that on ES. I have to zoom out a little bit. Yeah, that's where I have this second line now. But of course, this is Thinkorswim, so we can't rely on the trends on Thinkorswim. Um, but 4118 down here, yeah, definitely we fall out of the channel by then. That's a very bearish sign. And I had hoped that we would chop in between this trend and this line. Oh, let me put my trading view on my iPad. Yeah, on the iPad and trading view, it bounced exactly here, but I just randomly put that there so that it would bounce at 4148. It's not a coincidence. I literally put the line there because I couldn't figure out where else to put it. The executive is. When did all this other stuff? Sorry, I've got to back out of this. I've got like 4 more assignments that somehow I never got an alert for. All right, let's see if I can squeeze in a quick update. I don't know. It it looks like it doesn't seem very volatile, like it's smashing one way or the other. It just seems smooth. I don't know. I don't know how to describe this, but if I looked in a 30-minute chart, well, I could just show you. 30-minute chart, clean demand shown here. And my concern though is, as Adam Mancini said, if these guys can't get over 4168, then there's a good chance this is going to fall even further. And it looks like there's some effort being made to push this up higher, but it just slowly drags down like it's running out of steam. It isn't like a very hard rejection per se, but we haven't even made it to 4. Well, then again, I show 4168 here, but on SPY, we're still at 4160. So this technically is not 4161, it should be higher. So we're nowhere near 4168. So 4168 is about where we rejected yesterday. So it actually more like 4167. So 4168 is a little bit higher above. Nope, nope, it is. I have a line there in my other chart in ES, but it says 4167, even though the section next to it says 4168. So I don't know. I can't with Thinkorswim, man. We're at 4160 now. Okay, I can hopefully trust that that is an accurate representation of the current price, but who knows with Thinkorswim. 4162s are rejected here. It says 4167 here. Okay, yeah, that is 4167. It's got to be right. I mean, it's labeled correctly. It's labeled by default. I didn't put that number there. It's just that on my other chart here, when I look at it, it says 4167, but this number says 4169 next to it, so it's confusing. But this must be one of the many flaws with Thinkorswim. I think TD Ameritrade will ever hire me as a representative to sell their product. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I guess all I can do is wait. I may just wait until after lunch hour to even bother thinking about trading. to see if the market coalesces and decides what it's going to do. But we are above VWAP on SPY. We're at VWAP on ES. VIX is close to its low of the low, even though it seems to be chopping here. Yeah, I don't know. I have part of me feels that if I don't get in at one of these dips close to, or the lower dips, so I can get in like at 30, 35, I'm going to regret it, because this is eventually going to start to push and make its way close to 414, and then I'm going to regret not having gotten in. But then again, and this is the part about trading that I despise, it's trying to make logical rationalizations, and then when it does go one way or the other, you wish you had listened to voice A and not voice B. But I'm not talking out of fear. I'm just trying to logically decide what's going to happen here. Adam Mancini says if we don't reclaim 4168, then we're going to go one more level down. And he's not usually incorrect. This is a 25-year vet trader, so I'm not talking out of my ass because I'm afraid of taking the trade. I'm just trying to rationalize when to take a trade. And now, if this candle forms like it is, or even stronger, within the next 5 minutes, because this should close soon, this is going to form a supply. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I'm just gonna wait. Alright, a little quick update. We seem to be making higher pushes, and this one's probably so far the strongest one. I actually thought about putting in a buy-in at 30 to see if we get that low, because we're sort of chopping sideways. But I don't know. It's 50-50. You okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Oh. Good morning, and thank you for price materials. Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna come back to this in a second. Okay, here's the moment of truth. We're still nowhere near we're at 4163. I really should adjust this to figure out where 4168 really should be. But well, at the very least, if I had picked 30, I could have sold at 40 and made $10 and then positive for the day. But let's see if this pulls back, and let's see by how much. No, you know what? I'll get back in if it goes to 30. So I'm going to create an alert and put it at 33. See if I can catch it in time. That this pulls back again. We seem to be chopping at or around, not chopping, but we seem to be basing. I don't know what the right word is, I'm sorry, but we're in the area of the VWAP. So to me, that's not bearish. It's not bad. These bulls are keeping it near VWAP. Oh, I gotta get this. Sorry, guys. Okay, it did not dip back as close as I would have liked, although we did get down to 34, so I could have gotten in there. It looks like the bulls may succeed in pushing this up to 4168 and taking over. If I had to step back and think of a rational trade, I would say I should just sit back and wait. No, let me rephrase that. If I was Adam Mancini and I wasn't in a long, but he is already in long, and I was waiting for an entry point, I would say a good entry would be after it reclaims 4168 and maybe 5 points above that. So maybe 4175, 4176 would be a good spot to go long. The problem for me is if it gets up that high, then I won't be able to buy. It's already too far out of the, I mean, it's too expensive for me to buy the option at that point. So I'll have to, yep, there it is. There's the push. So it looks like voice B was correct. Voice A was advising caution, and voice B said, nope, jump in at 30, and chances are we're going to push. We're at 4165 right now. So, I mean, even if I did get in at 30 and it didn't make it past 4168, by the time it gets to 4168, I quite likely would have made almost $20 profit. Then I could just call it a day and just, be halfway back to where I was on Monday, because sadly on Monday I was at $104. Now I'm at 78. That shows how much I've lost in just that two failing trades yesterday. Still, from a futures standpoint, if I was a futures trader, I would have gone long at 4148, Adam Mancini's level, put the buy-in right there. Let's switch to ES so I can show you. It didn't quite make it to 4148, but once I saw it was bouncing, I would have just gone long here. Even if I got in at 4155, I could sell at 4165. It's only a 10-point move, but still profitable, right? That's the main goal, to be consistently profitable. I mean, yes, you want to make money, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just torn between just trying to jump into the trade and hope that the bulls can pull this off and reclaim 4168 and then push from there. But I'm also cautious because 4168 is resistance, even though my 4168 is off. How much? I'm trying to figure out where this would be, where this 4168 would be. I'm trying to look at yesterday's. Okay, this dip here came close to 4167. So here we go. Let's try and just adjust this so it looks more accurate. And I guess for now we're judging off this middle channel I put for my bullish channel for SPY. But once again, we're now forming a supply. So that is not good. But this candle just started, so I'm not stressing it. So we're gonna see, yeah, we're gonna see. It's possible this may pull back at or above VWAP, giving us the opportunity to take this long again. It is also possible that this is going to form a supply, and when this candle closes, if that supply is formed, when we come back up, we may end up rejecting off that supply close to it. All right, Adam Mancini just tweeted. Let's see what he says. As posted, we are in extreme dip buy regime in ES, and so far applying today also. I posted 4148 was support, bounce spot with 4168 first up, and we got to 4150 and bounced. Coming into 416870 now, and key test here. Bears can't react here quickly, leg up resumes to 4183. So there it is. If this doesn't push, so you know what, I should probably look to get in. Let's hope this can reject. They see, here it is. This would be a good spot to have gotten in at 35. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take it in at 40. This will be the only trade I can make today. I really should have waited to see if this pulled back though. I tell myself I need to be more greedy and more selfish. I need to be like, it has to come back to this level, or I just don't care. I won't take the trade. So I probably should have set it at 35, my buy-in. If it pulls back enough to 35 and then recovers, great. If it doesn't, then so be it. I think I have done that before though, and it's kind of frustrating when you're like, you say to yourself, I won't do it unless it gives me what I want. So you sort of sound bratty. and then it doesn't give you what you want. It doesn't pull back to where you hope it would, and then it just rallies and leaves you behind, and then you're left feeling kind of stupid. That's just a problem. But if Adam Mancini's right and this can break beyond 4168 and then make its way to 4180, this will be a good trade. But of course, strong green candle, not so much here. Funny thing is, if you got in down here, you would have gotten in at $30. Here, you're up a whopping $8, $9. But the bulls are struggling here. Yeah, this is a big tug of war right here. We just can't seem to get past this dash line here. This center line I have. Sorry guys. Alright, so not looking good. Not surprising. I mean, I am in a trade now, so I 80%, 90% failure rate. What was I expecting? We are now forming a supply exactly with this dash line. VIX is telling me nothing really. And now I'm about $10 in the hole again. So just eating away more and more of the account. And the irony is I had set an alert, if it gets down there, that's where I will get in. So looks like the bears are reacting, they're pushing this down. Bulls couldn't even get this near 4168, so that's a bad sign. And yeah, so it'll be another negative day for me today. As like it is for most days, I don't know why I continue bothering with this. This is just complete asinine. I'm so fed up with this. Of course, now we can predict what's going to happen next, as with all my other videos. If I choose to hold this for as long as possible and risk losing the entire investment of the $30, this may fall all the way down and I lose everything. Or B, oh my God. Let me clarify. The other attorney. Oh my God. Heck. Sorry guys. What was I saying? Yeah, so we know the routine. Anytime I go ahead and sell to take my loss, this will immediately turn around, either immediately or soon thereafter turn around and go in my direction after all. Great. but the longer I hold, the longer it will go against me. So I don't know, it's like hot potato. As soon as I get into the trade, it goes against me. In fact, I'm not exaggerating. I got in at 40. When was it I got in? I bought this at 10:18 here, 10:18. So it's been about 5 minutes. 10:18, I got in at 40. I think the highest it got after I got in was 42. And ever since then, it's been in the negative. Ever since then. And it's something you guys, I'm sure anybody who follows my video subscribes, you've noticed this. How many times have I taken a trade and it immediately goes against me and stays against me? Maybe for a short, brief period, I might be positive by 1, 5, at most maybe $10. But generally speaking, every trade I take immediately goes against me and I'm in the negative. And it stays that way for the longest time. And then sometimes I'll end up walking away like yesterday, and then at best it comes back and I might break even. So, yeah. And this reminds me of that guy Iman trading his video yesterday, saying that if you're consistently negative, that's impressive because you're able to be consistent even though it's in the wrong direction. But I disagree. I think the market is set up in such a way that no matter what you do, no matter what trades you take, somehow 70-80% of the trades you take, regardless of what system you use, will end up going against you. And it's a matter of either waiting until it turns in your favor or just cutting your losses. So now I'm at break even. So now I have a choice. Should I go ahead and sell here and just take back my money? Or do I wait and see? Dude, stop. Okay, thank you. That covers it. Good. So yeah, one voice says, hey, go ahead and take your money back. If it gets to 41, sell so you can even get your commission back. Another voice says, no, wait, hold on, and see if it pushes up higher. And although VIX is slightly going down, again, we're still nowhere near 4168. We still haven't recovered that yet. It's been an hour, by the way. And I don't know. I would think that if after an hour the bulls can't reclaim 4168, then that's a bearish signal, I would think. But I don't know. So yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and put my sell probably close to here. Let's see if we can get to 40. I'll lose the commission. But I don't have a great deal of faith that this is going to push higher. Of course, you know it. You and I both know the moment I do sell, this thing will finally start to push. It's a good sign they turned this around so that supply didn't form. But remember, I got in down here at 40. We're up here, and now I'm negative because, of course, theta decay. What I would like is if the bulls can push this to get to 4168 finally, and maybe I can break even or sell with a $2 profit. Yeah, I'll do that later. Yeah, you know what? This is starting to vex me. Now VIX is turning around. That's it. I want out. Come on. Let's try for 41. At least I can make up the commission. Or am I just being greedy? Fine, I'll let it work. I'll let it work. It's 4168 now. Rejected. 4167. Pretty strong rejection here. Not strong, but bulls tried to reclaim 4168 and immediately bears stepped in. Well, it was a brief moment of pot being positive. It even got as high as 48. I was thinking about selling if we can get to 50. I'm trying to be patient. Let's see. I'll be positive and just see if we can get up there. And I'll risk losing 10, so I'll put an alert around 30. But this is not looking good. We went from 48 to 38. Isn't it sad that just to make 10 bucks, bulls will need to reclaim 4168 and get all the way up to 4173, 74 just for me to make $10? Well, I suppose it's sad because I'm only doing one option. If I did 10 options, I could have sold here and made 80 bucks. Alright, I gotta do this project, so I have to step away and hope that this actually goes in my favor for once. Alright, here we go. Should I take off my sell at $10? We're pushing. We've reclaimed 4168. Now we have to get over 4171. And if this can get to 4180, which was Adam Mancini's next target, right? Let's double check. Ah, it was right there, but of course Twitter had to go to the home screen. No, this is it. This is 4183 is the next target. 4183. Yes, so If this can push that high, this will be worth 4183. I'm trying to estimate. Let's zoom out. 418. I'm going to sell at 418. So what would that be? Let's see if I sell at 60. Nope. It's higher still, but I don't know if it's going to get that high. I still think 4170 is a resistance, or 4171. We have to get past that as well. Which it is projecting off that one. And I also have a weekly on my ES there, so that's a tough level. I have to be patient though, but if this can get up to 4180, then what would that sell be? Wow, not even 70. 80? 80. So that would be almost a $40 profit if it can get up to Adam Mancini's level. I can only hope that that's the case, man. That would be fantastic. But it looks like it's going to be a long drag. And what worries me is on VIX, we're now at a new low. So this is going to be tough. And look, we're already back down to 40. I'm starting to think I should have just sold at 49 and just taken some profits. And this is a pretty strong rejection. Now we've fallen back below 4168. So now, duality, the two voices. One voice says, sell, sell, take back what you can. The other voice says, wait, wait, it'll recover and come back up. Adam Mancini's never wrong. I mean, not never, obviously, you know what I mean. There's trust in Adam Mancini. Trust in the Prophet. If we can break past 4171 and this weekly resistance on ES. But the other voice is saying, hey man, take your $5, take your $10. But that's the problem, isn't it? I always take these small profits. You know, one of the 5 trades is a small profit. The other 4 are small, not so small losses, but those 4 losses outweigh the one small win. No, I've gotta wait and let this thing get up higher. I need to at least see if it get past 4171. If we can at least get to maybe $55, $60, then I can sell. I gotta be patient and wait. Alright, this is a worry. We just started our new candle. It's still a young candle, we just started it, but here's the problem. Supply is forming on SPY. Very bad. It's a very clean supply. Oh yes, we're rejecting right off the weekly, guys. Right off of that weekly level I mentioned. Here, let me show you. That is bad. That is a clean supply. And on VIX, we formed a demand right above this level here. I should have taken my sell at 50 bucks, I guess. But again, the candle's still young. It's possible the bulls might turn this around, but I don't know. We got as high as 56. So I could have taken 15 bucks profit, which would have covered half the losses from yesterday. But now we're back to break even. And it's about to be negative. Yeah, it's a pretty strong rejection. Damn. Still, the candle's young. It's possible the bulls can turn this around. And part of me thinks this choppy mess is needed so that the VIX doesn't get overblown. What I'm hoping now is on VIX, although I doubt this is going to happen, is we can reject off of this level. This was support yesterday on VIX. I'm hoping this can be resistance right now, but it looks like it's not working. Now, we want 4168 to be support, if possible. We'll need to close this candle above this supply line. The other problem is the longer it takes for us to get up to Adam's target of 4183, the less value this option is going to be when it gets there, if this makes sense. 4143 will be at the money. That's where I have my strike at 414. So the longer it remains out of the money, theta is going to kick in. So it's quite possible by the time we get to 4183, this might be worth no more than about 60 bucks. Again, all the more reason for me probably to adjust my sell instead of at 80 to make it at, I don't know, 60. Take that 20 bucks. Or one can argue I should have just sold here at 56 and gotten my 15 bucks. It would have paid for the commission as well. Ten minutes left to close this candle above the supply line. There's a part of me that wishes I can somehow put two sells. One here at 41, so I can at least break even if we get down there. Or the other one at 60, whichever comes first. On my trading view as well, I have a trend line where the rejection occurred. This trend line here, remember this one? It was rejection, 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 fake breakout. We broke out of it, sort of bounced on it, but then fell back below. We bounced a little bit yesterday, overnight, and now it's rejection again. So this is, we have 4172, we have this SMA, we have this trend line. This is going to be a difficult spot to get past. I'm actually surprised Adam Mancini didn't mention this one and mention 4183 only. And I think 4183 is the high of yesterday. I don't know if that's why, because I still don't know exactly how he gets his levels. Look how smooth TradingView is. Doesn't matter what time frame you look at, the lines line up. The trend lines line up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Unlike Thinkorswim. All right. Yes, I'm getting what I asked for. I'm getting the rejection on the VIX from this level. The support from yesterday is now a rejection. So now I have to ask myself again, am I selling too early by selling at 60? Should I change it back to 80 again? And you know, the sad thing is, if I had listened to myself earlier and got in here at, remember when I got in initially, it pulled back all the way down here, close to VWAP, and I think it got, this is a 1015, yeah, it got as low as $32. And this is where I was thinking about selling initially. If I had bought two options there at 32, right? Or if I got in at 35, I could have sold the one when we hit 56 and made 20 bucks and held on to the other one. Not good. It looks like we're pushing back down again. So, nope, this isn't good. Bulls for a moment had it looked like they were about to break the supply line, but they failed. Um, 6 minutes left. We're right now back again at 4168. And I'm worried if we lose this, this is going to drop. And I saw that weekly there on ES, and I thought to myself, I really should probably sell there and not be greedy and hope that it'll get to 4183. I would have been quite content walking away with $15 profit today. It wouldn't make up for yesterday's losses, but it would be at least positive. I will say this though, if this candle closes, even if we're above $40 and I might just sell there, because my worry is now that the supply has been formed, we may end up testing it and then rejecting hard again. 5 minutes left. The bulls need to close above 4168, 4171, and above this supply line here. They've got to start pushing. And we need to break this demand line that formed on VIX. We have to close below here. There's a lot of ifs. At this point, I'm tempted to put my sell at 45 and just take $5. I'm trying to be patient and wait. With only 4 minutes left. Again, I know I keep saying it, but I wish I had gotten in at 30 down here. Better yet, two options at 30, 35. I had enough to do that. Would have sold one at 55, made 20 bucks. Did we get close to 60? I don't know. The highest we got was 56 so far. But yeah, so if I got in at 35, sold at 25, that'll make 20 bucks. That'll give me a cushion for the other one, and I'll just put the other one at break even. Just have it maybe sell at 40 or something, or it would have sold then by now. Okay, then put break even at 35. And then set the sell at like 65, 70. If we can make it that high. One minute. Looks like we're not going to close above the supply. Okay, here we are. This is great news. Bulls managed to break on this next candle. They managed to break above the supply. We broke below the demand on VIX, although we've made another low, so this is going to be a slow grind. So the question is, should I keep my $60 sell or should I take this off? And no, I'm keeping the 60. I'm hoping they can make it up to that point. If I can at least make 20, it'll make up for some of yesterday's losses. Not all of it, but pretty close. I don't want to be greedy. And we're approaching a trend line that I have for VIX. This here. I don't know how accurate this is, to be honest. Oh, actually, I forgot about this one. This is going to be a problem. Oh, man. I probably should just sell and take my $10 profit, but I'm trying to be patient. The bad thing is I was all cheering that the bulls got above that supply, but unfortunately, if we close below it, the supply is still in effect. We have to close above it. And I know this candle just started, we're 3 minutes in, but the bulls have to close above that supply and close below the demand that was formed on VIX. Just a few dollars short of my sell. Let's see if we can get there. Wow, you saw that pushback? Wow, that is not good. The bears stepped in hard here. Wow. I'm hoping the bulls can recover that little misstep and the bears are finally out of steam for a bit. But see, for me, the beauty of being able to catch the bottom, which in this case was 35, 33, is that and also the beauty of scaling out. So if I had gotten, let's say, 5 options at 30 and I sold one at 50 or 2 at 50. No, you know what? 3. If I sold 3 at 50, that's 60 bucks right there. I'll have 2 other options left worth 60 bucks, but if those go to 0, you would still break even for the day, right? So you'll put those two options at break even just above 30. So you'll get your money back. You've already made 60 bucks profit. If those two go down to 30 and sell at break even, you're still in profit. That's the beauty of scaling out. But if they don't go back down to 30 and it gets to your sell limit, and let's say you decide to sell the other two at 60, like I'm trying to do, there you go. Then you would have made another $60 profit just off those two options. And you know what? That rejection occurred. Look, we're still struggling to get over that weekly level. We got up to here and the bears knocked it down quickly. I don't think we made it past 50, yeah, 56 is where we got to again. I should have put my sell limit at 56. But you know what the worst thing is? This is technically a retest of the supply. Now that I think about it, that is not good. You know what? I'm sorry, guys. I'm selling this at 49. I'm taking what little profits I can get. 47, so be it. I know maybe I'm selling early, but this is a supply that has been retested and rejected off of a weekly. To me, that's a bit concerning, and I'd rather just sell with some profits than just be negative. I'm probably wrong. It's probably going to turn around and go up to, later on today, this is going to hit $100 probably, and I'm going to hate myself. But I just don't want to be negative today. Even if it means being, what did I get? $7, $6 in profit. Not even enough to buy a Domino's pizza. Yeah, I could have sold at 50. Well, I say that. I probably should have just held. I have a feeling this candle is going to close above the supply after all. But I hope you guys see what I'm talking about. This is a supply that formed. It's unquestionable. It's a supply. A 15-minute so far. 15-minute supply. This is technically a retest of that supply with a strong rejection, confluent to this weekly level here. If I was following the MK strategy, I would have taken this short, right? If I didn't even know anything about Adam Mancini's levels, I would have taken this short and have my sell somewhere here at 4160, or maybe even VWAP, because MK does, I think, sometimes use VWAP. So if this candle closes below this supply, the problem is that's going to create a supply for the 30-minute. So let me switch this to a 30-minute. Now this is not going to close until actually 11:30. So this is closed at 11:30. So the bulls will have one more 50-minute candle opportunity to try and get this to close above. But if that 15-minute candle is just a retest of this present supply here and gets lower than this spot, then yeah, you see what I'm saying? So yeah. Now what's interesting is bulls did succeed in closing below this demand that formed, and they even broke past this. Wait, is this one? No, I'm trying to use 515 more. It seems to be more accurate. So this is bullish. This, if I was still in my position, this is bullish. This says, hey, SPY's lagging behind, but VIX has dropped and made another new low, and VIX broke down this demand that had formed. So this is good. This says this might well turn around. But again, sometimes VIX and SPY don't really correlate. I know this is a long video, I know. I'm going to take a break and step away. Um, I just want to see where this candle closes. Still wish I would have gotten out at 56 right at the weekly. I mean, $56. But I was so hoping I can at least eke it up to 60. The other bullish thing is the fact that we're still above 4168 is good. Yeah, I think the bulls are going to pull this off. There's no longer a 30-minute supply forming. So yeah, I screwed up. I sold too early, guys. I'm sorry. I was just trying to be cautious, but that's the problem. I'm overly cautious. Now look, it's coming back up. 2 minutes left. The bulls are doing their job. They're getting this right above the supply. VIX is still dropping. Interesting. I put the supply on ES, but I didn't put it on SPY. There it is. They did it. They did it. They managed to close it right on the line. And now we're about to break through with, if this candle can push, we'll break through the supply. Emphasis on if. I don't see why it won't. Yeah, there we go. Man, I should have held and kept it at 60. Damn it. So what would have been great is if this bounce that occurred at well, it doesn't show here, of course, but this bounce that occurred at the bottom of this channel that I just tried to find, if that had occurred, if it didn't happen instead at 8:45, if it happened at 9:45, then I'm guessing the option here would have probably been worth around 20 bucks at that point. And if I had gotten in then, and if it formed a demand and retested whatever, and gotten in at $20, $30, I could have maybe gotten two options. And again, sold one at like 55 to make, 25, 35 bucks, and just held on to the other one with break even and just let it ride. But this is exactly what you want to see. We're just pushing further down on the VIX. Now we're officially opening this candle. This 50-minute candle is opening above the supply level. 4168's been reclaimed, 4172, and we're about to break above this weekly. So yeah, I should have just been patient and trusted Adam Mancini, and guaranteed, almost guaranteed, later on today, this is going to make its way up to 4180. This option will be worth like $80. And yeah, instead of making 6 measly bucks, seven if you don't add the commission, I could have made 40 bucks today. Now, while I'm talking and saying this, once again we're rejecting. But I don't know if the bears can manage to push this back down again. They failed here. hmm They are trying. They are trying. And you know what this tells me also? Again, I have no real clue how the market works in terms of supply and demand, but I'm guessing there's a lot of people who went short here. Uh, Firms, whatever, some entities went short here to push this down. And those that haven't sold yet, or those who are still holding positions, I don't know if they're adding positions or they're doing what they can to push this back down. Because if this pushes beyond this weekly, there's going to be a lot of people whose stop losses are going to kick in. And once their stop losses kick in, this is really going to rally hard. It's just going to blast past this weekly. So whoever's short, it's in their incentive to keep this from getting above this weekly level. That's all a guess, of course. I'm not sure. But I'm fairly certain if I asked Adam Mancini, he would say, listen, as long as we're above 4168, bulls are in control, and this will eventually make its way up to 4180. It may take a while. We may just bull flag here, but it's going to come back up. Which makes me wonder, should I pick a strike further out? I have 414. If I pick 415, if this does bull flag and I pick 415 and I get in like say 20 or something before this pops back up, then I can maybe catch the move to 4180. What do you think, guys? Should I risk it? Taking a 20 here. Or see if we pull back and retest 4171. I'm going to go ahead and draw the supply here, since I did it on, it looks much cleaner on ES than it does here. Or should I wait for it to break the supply and then take it long? Or should I wait for a retest of 4168 again? I still find it fascinating that we are below this trend here, which again was rejection, 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 fake breakout, or false breakout, rejection, rejection. Looked like a fake breakout, but we held for a chop, but this was like pre-market, then just rallied. Oh, that means we've gone down. Alright, so do we take 4168 long? No, because that defies my rules. There's no supply being, no demand being formed here, and a supply just above, so it would be foolish for me to do that. But for Adam Mancini's levels, this would be a possible long. But I'm not going to do it. Unless a demand forms, I'm not going to do it. But that would be nice if a demand formed right above this level. Oh, I just looked at VIX. Check it out. Demand formed right at this level, pushing back up. Now what we want to see is a rejection here at this previous demand. Let's see if that happens. Looks like we are bouncing at 4168. So the duality trader in me is thinking, yes, take this long. Person A, person B says, no, we have a clear resistance forming above. Why would you go long just below resistance? That's asinine. So I'm going to listen to person B for now. I really should go do dishes, do some chores, and just make my smoothie. and be content with my measly profit for the day. Just a pathetically small profit though. I really wish I had gone with 2 options long at 30, at 414. And then sold at 56 or 55 to make 30 bucks. Spend 60 bucks to make 30 bucks. Not great, but hey. But now look at it this way. I wasn't at 40. I'm back to break even. The level still held. And now we're back at 4168. So, from MK strategy point of view, supply formed, retested. You take it short. You have your stop loss above here. If the stop loss did not kick in, or if you didn't take this one short, here you go. And if this goes down to VWAP, this is not a bad move for a short scalp.
Can I get the card?
Wow, this is a long video, guys. I'm sorry. It's pretty embarrassing that this video's taken all this time and all I've made was $7. I wish I had sold at 56 or 55 to make 15. That would have been better. And I wish I'd gotten at 30, like I said, so I can make 30. But you see what I'm saying here, though. This is disconcerting, and it does not look like a bull flag. And I just noticed this too. Damn it, sorry. Hold on. After all, we're beginning to form. There's 3 minutes left. We've just formed a supply on a 30-minute, just under 4171. And VIX is really pushing up now. And this is the 30. But you see, looks like we rejected off this line from before. Let me back it up. So yeah, that's holding. Let me go back to a 515. So yeah, I was hoping we would get a rejection out of this previous demand, but that didn't happen. So the bulls are still trying to hold 4168, but it seems like a magnet level now. We can't get too far away from it. It seems to keep coming back to it. Alright guys, I'm gonna step away. I gotta do some dishes. I'm gonna make my smoothie. I'm gonna try and work out today, rain or shine. But it looks like this may be a bull flag, and I actually considered, because I have $37 in my account, I had thought about getting in if we dip down low enough that I can get in with whatever I have left in my account, in the hopes that we might turn it around and come back up, just to get close to this supply and retest, and I can make another 10 bucks. I know, a pretty risky scalp and probably not worth using the rest of my account, but I just almost could have made it in here, it looks like, at 36, and maybe sell at 46 if it can get up that high. But I think it's bit too ballsy of a move for such a small amount. So I say it, and look, it's about to hit 46 soon. Hmm. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna step away, do some chores, shower, and make my smoothie, or in some order there. All right, guys. I just finished doing my chores, and I just peeked at the screen because I got an alert on my phone, which I left in the kitchen. I don't remember what alert it was. Let's see if it says it here. April 19th. I don't have my glasses on either. Okay, I had put an alert when this option, the strike 414, gets below $33, and it did. It got down to 31, 32, it looks like. And if I had gotten in there, I would already be up $15. And look at this. Look at this. And look at VIX. Um, I know it's hard to see here. Let me zoom in. Once again, we came back up to previous support on VIX yesterday. Now again, resistance, bam, pushed it back down. I don't know if we'll finally break through this resistance, but I do know that if I had to put a buy-in, and I was thinking about putting it somewhere here, but I guess if I had kept it where my alert was, if I had bought in there instead and got in at 32, because again, my alert was set at or below 33. So I don't know if it got below 33, maybe it didn't, maybe it got at 33, so whatever. Even if I got at 33 and set my sell at 43, 44, extra $10 today. And the fact that this level is being tested again and again and again tells me that this is a bull flag forming, a very choppy one. And that 30-minute supply is now no longer an issue. That's gone. So, yeah. I'm almost wondering if I'm not wondering. I think I should have put a buy-in at like 35 just to play it safe. 35 would have been, I would say close to, let's see where 35 would have been at or above the 40168 level. Well, now it is, but probably 33, 32 was more at the level. And this little drop down would have gotten me filled. And even if I sold it right at the resistance at 44, 45, just to make another, you know, uh, $10, $15, would have been great. That would have been fine. Um, why risk to see if it breaks if I can just make, a little extra money? And if I did do that, and if I did make extra $10, I would be back almost where I was on Friday, because I know Friday I made $10 or something like that. I started Monday with 104. It would have been nice to make an extra $10, $15 just to make up for yesterday's losses. But anyways, we're getting our education on that this the rationale sort of makes sense. Previous resistance, I mean support, now resistance for VIX. Yada da 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 da. We're still struggling to get over this weekly, and this, I don't know if I can call this resistance. We didn't really get that close, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm sorry. This is a little update. I know this is going to be a long video for a measly $7 profit. There it is. The breakout occurred. We had this strong dip down here, which I could have gotten in again at 34, 35. And we're now at 55. We're now at 4173. We've finally broken past that weekly, and VIX is going back down. Sorry. So this is going to make its way after all to 4180. We're halfway there. So there it is, guys. I mean, I don't know. One could argue I sold too early, but I don't think so. I think if I had sold at 55, 56 before, that would have been good. What I could have done was gotten back in again. Still, this goes completely contrary to MK strategy. An MK strategy, you would take this short and you'll sell probably around VWAP or somewhere here. But my limited experience with trading told me that this might dip back down and then pop back up again. I'm not sure what the term would be. I think Adam Mancini calls it um, picking up some liquidity, I guess. I don't know. So maybe there are some people who are in positions, and then when this dipped down, their stop loss kicked in, and I don't know, that caused it to turn around and come back up. I'm not really sure how it works, but I do know that Adam Mancini says that trading not false, but he says trading breakouts are has about a 40% success rate. So in other words, if you were waiting for this to break out to trade it, and then you got in, let's say at 50, it's not always a guarantee that the breakout's going to succeed. This may not actually make it to 4180. It may end up falling back down again and chopping for the rest of the day and not really making it to the target. But as long as 4168 holds, inevitably we'll get to 4180. It might not be today, might not be to the end of the day if it does happen today. And that's the problem with trading options, is if your strike is now here at 414, which we still have, it's still early in the day. We still have another 4 more hours in the market, so plenty of time. But if this falls back down again and retests 4168 or falls below and chops some more, the premium for this option is going to decay, as you guys well know. I'm sorry to repeat myself over and over again. But still, my gut told me that this might dip down and then make a quick recovery. And I thought about taking a trade right around or above, at, or slightly below this 4168 level. And had I done that, it would have been a good trade. But now that we're starting a new 15-minute candle above this one, that's also bullish. That's a good sign. So yeah, looks like we're going to slowly grind our way up to 4180. It's going to take a while maybe, but we're going to get there. I think the fact that we're making new lows for the year on VIX might be part of the reason why things are going a bit slow. But remember earlier today I had my sell limit at 60. If I just held and just walked away and let it go, it's going to hit any moment now. In fact, it already did, but it's going to hit again. There it is. Could have made $40 on my original trade, and if I held and added, if I had sold and added, if I hadn't sold and I added here, I would have had enough to add here and sold both at 60, that would be $40 profit. That would have made up for yesterday's losses and would put me up to a new high in my account. So, well, what are you gonna do? I did my best. So yeah, I said that false breakouts are 40% successful, or have a 40% success rate. Here we go. Breakout occurred. If you didn't take the breakout and you waited, look, let me zoom in. We fell back down and retested the level. Previous resistance is now support. And that retest occurred at about $45. I don't have enough money I wouldn't have been able to get into the retest, and I don't think I want to go to a further out strike, considering that it took, 9:30, we're at almost 12:30, 3 hours to go from 412 to 413 on SPY. But still, if I had stuck with my original plan, remember I told you this is not an MK strategy. This is just me following my gut feeling, following my experience with watching the market and listening to Adam Mancini's levels. If I had put a buy-in at, above, or preferably just below the 4168 level, and had I gotten filled in the mid to low 30s, I could have sold at 60 and made 25 bucks, which would put me above where I was yesterday. On Monday. Additionally, if I had held, let's say I held, if I got in at 35 and I held, if this does make its way to Adam Mancini's target of 4180, I predict this option is going to be worth about 80 bucks. So that would be a pretty nice profit for the day, over 100% profit on the investment. So yeah, what can I do? Oh, and let's take a quick look at VIX before I sign off. All right, so it looks like VIX has made another demand just below the previous demand. Not good from a bullish point of view, but again, it's possible that we may just, drop, slightly rise, drop, slightly rise, and make our way down to this daily that I added here. Although, now that I see this, it is possible if this daily is a good level, if I did pick this level correctly. And here, you know what, I even noticed this, guys. Look at this. We rejected off of a daily that I have from before overnight. So this is pretty good. I got my level right here, it looks like. If we reject or bounce off this daily, this could be a decent short if the setup is, if there's a proper setup confluent on SPY and ES. So anyways, I'm gonna step away for a bit. Well, take a look, guys. 4180. We're almost there. And like clockwork, the prophet has tweeted. Let's see what he says. It's deja vu today in ES, doing the same thing it does every day. Yep, and somehow I never seem to manage to take advantage of it. Started the day red, got sentimental bearish, RSI oversold, then rallied. 4148 was my support, with 4168 first target, and we hit 4150, then rallied to 4168. 4183 remains next, strong resistance, break to 4195 above, 4168 is now support. So, once again, had I just trusted his levels and stayed in the trade, if I held on to my original trade at $40, I could have sold it now for, well, let's say we get up to 4180. It should be worth about 70. I was slightly off on my estimate. I estimated 80, but that's because it took so long to get here. So I would have made 30 off my original trade. And when we dipped, if I had doubled down and added to my position, that would have been another 30. I would have been able to make almost, actually more than that. So yeah, this was a day of lots of opportunities, but didn't quite pull through. And let's take a look at the VIX. Again, previous support became resistance. Twice it was rejected, and we're now making a new low, and we're working our way down to this daily slowly. And on ES, again, this line lines up perfectly on my trading view, and actually this dips below the line on my other chart. This is my ES chart here. So again, the only thing reliable about Thinkorswim is that it's unreliable. So I don't know. But yeah, I should have kept my target at 60. I would have preferred to sell at 60 just to be safe, but I should have sold the first one at least 56, got in again, and sold this one here just below the 480 strike, or the 480 candle. So let's say 67 or 66 here. So that would have given me 15 on one and 20 on, no, 30 on the other. So yeah, a good $45 profit today. Whatever. All right. So I was not incorrect. We eked just slightly above 4180, but actually, no. As usual, my levels are off. 4180 is actually up here. And in fact, almost to, let me go ahead and put it on ES so you can see, almost to the dollar. We hit 4180 and rejected. Almost to the dollar. So let me go ahead and update SPY's level, which seems to be always incorrect. So 4180 is here. So yeah, I was right. We made it up to $80. Meaning if I had gotten in with 30, like I should have this morning, and held up until right where I had 4180, or actually just put 80. I guessed correctly. It did go to 80, right? Let's see. It'll show 81, in fact. So if I put my sell limit at 81, and I got in with two options at 30, or even if no, I couldn't get in with two at 40. But better yet, if I had held my original option at 40, and then when it dipped back down here, if I got back in, because I had 37, I would have enough to get back in here, and held both until 80. That would have been $40 on one. Yeah, it would be more than $40 on the other. So it'll be $80 profit today in total. 100% profit off of about not 100%, but sorry, I have a wicked headache all of a sudden. I don't know why, but yeah, yeah, definitely. This definitely was a day I could have made a great deal more had I held, but this chop just spooked me, and what VIX was doing spooked me. But I need to stop focusing so much on VIX. But we did break below just slightly, but we're coming back above, it looks like. But again, rejecting off this, it looks like, so I don't know. Adam Mancini did say that 4180 is going to be a strong resistance spot, and it is where we closed yesterday, right about somewhere about there. So yeah, I'm positive on the day, but another day where it's just not enough. If I had held the 40 I had and sold at 80 like I originally planned, just walked away and let it sell, I would have made $40, which would have covered all the losses yesterday, and in fact would have put me higher than I was on Monday. Oh, man. All right. No, no, I don't want virtual camera. All right, yeah, I want to make a quick little update and show you this on TradingView. Look, let me show you first the crap that is Thinkorswim. All right, yes, I did my best to try and line these lines up, but as you can see, it doesn't touch here on the 515. It barely touches on the 115. I, I it's way off on the 1030. 91, about the same. 360 and 4 hour, it almost touches here. But you see it's all over the place, depending on what time frame I use. And there's no reason for that. There really isn't. I can't think of why that is. It's just the asinine way that Thinkorswim works. I can't help to think if I removed everything and I just went straight to default, which I'm afraid to do because it'll probably erase everything I have on here. But I can't help but think if I did that, it would, and then drew the trend lines again, I would still have the same. You know what? I do remember I did this before when I first started using Adam Mancini's newsletter. I had a free edition of TradingView, and I tried again and again. I deleted everything and started to default from default with Thinkorswim, and it didn't matter. It did not matter that I didn't have any studies, anything. The trend lines would still be like this. So this is why I got TradingView. Now, you saw how asinine and terrible Thinkorswim is. Now, watch this. TradingView. Now, this is the line I've always had from before, but I added this line, and I think, if I recall, from what Adam Mancini said, hold on. I know this is going to be really messy. No, it doesn't really show. He had said, I think he had said this is from the March 2020 low, but I don't see that. I do have this line here, though. I wonder if we ever have a strong sell-off, if we'll come down there, 4070. We might see that. I wonder when. But anyways, let me zoom back in. You can see here, this is on a 30, yeah, 30. Bounced right off of here, created a beautiful 30-minute demand, and there we go. Every 30-minute candle is green. In fact, that option, is moving its way back up again. Even though this is supposed to be a strong resistance, the bear's reaction there is pretty tempered. So yeah, and we've made it now to this line. So we're about to recover this line from before. I would like to see a rejection here and a base above this resistance. That's what I would like to see. Um, and then we can rally later on this week, and hopefully I can catch that rally. But yeah, man, if you're a futures trader and you follow Adam Mancini's newsletter and you put your lines like I put my lines, and you went ahead and you bought in um, at this bounce, you can get from, let's say you got in at 4155 and held to 4185 and scale out some at 4161, or was it 4168? Let me adjust this to 4168. That was the important level. That's a big adjustment. You know what? Let's reset that. And let's bring this down. Nope, you know what? Let's just duplicate this. What happened to the duplication? There we go. And put this at 4168. Right there. Okay. Yeah, I would like to see bulls let this cool off and just chop above 4168. Just hold there for now. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to show you that. I'm sorry, but it's pretty nice, pretty clean, pretty clear cut, the trend line. We failed this one, but we managed to bounce at this one, and now we're back at this one, and it's pushing even higher. Look at that. Wow. It is frustrating to think that earlier this morning I was just panicking over whether or not I should sell and get $5 as opposed to $10, and now look, we're spending most of the day now chopping between 60, which is where I was hoping it would go and I can sell, and 80. Anyways, however, also I want to point out that if I did any of MK strategy today, and again, the strategy, I'm not saying the strategy isn't good. I'm just saying that it doesn't work every day. And if I relied solely on that strategy, I mean, unless you took this breakout here, maybe that would work. But if you took, look at this, supply formed, retested, this would have made you lose money. This wouldn't have worked. This retest didn't really go anywhere. It didn't even go to the previous resistance. And now we're breaking higher. So yeah, the trick is knowing when to apply the strategy and when to step outside of the strategy and apply something else, when to be flexible. And I said it this morning. It felt to me like this was the morning to go long. And we dipped at 30 today. That was the low of the day. And we did dip back down there again not too long after. And I had not, this was after I bought it at 10.18, right? So yeah. So yeah, I was gonna sell here. It almost faked me out here. But if I had instead of selling, bought in again, I just stuck with the plan, believed in my strategy, and then stuck with Adam Mancini's plan and kept it till. And remember, I think he said 4183 was his target. So we're not even there yet. So yeah, if I decided to sell at 80, which was my original set, look, it even got as high as 87. I didn't even realize that. But anyways, if I had decided to sell at 80, just to catch a piece of the move, and I was able to catch the bottom here, 30 to 80 is 50. Two options, that's $100 today that could have been made. Two options. Had I bought 10 options, $500 if I had that kind of money. But anyways, 2 more hours till this closes. I'll update later. Check it out. We blasted past 4183, made it all the way up to 4187, almost 88. This went from 80 to 140, because remember, it's exponentially the increase in the the option. So if you wanted an extra slap in the face, look at that. Look what I could have made. $7 as opposed to almost $100. Oh my God, man. And remember I was thinking about going a higher strike? If I had, I could have afforded to get all the time I was talking in that last video, I could have gotten in. And this went from 28 in 1 minute to $65. Wow, man. Oh well. Alright, this will be my final video. Market's gonna close in about 10 minutes and then I'll upload after for later on this evening when I get back from working out. This is interesting. Averaging around 30, 40 here. Quick spike almost, well, making $100 here. Then dropped and we're now to 20. I had considered taking this short because I saw on the 30-minute, my 30-minute chart, we were having these quick spikes up and down, and I didn't know if this was going to be a bull flag to power up. But I looked on VIX, and remember what I said about that daily earlier in my video. We finally reached that daily, so my line is correct. We reached that daily and then well, not rejected, but we bounced and we created a demand. So I considered taking this short and doing a short scalp, but I just got lazy and decided not to do it. But out of curiosity, let's look and see what a put would have cost. An in the money put around 414. Yeah, it's not bad. I should have done it. But still, I didn't know if this is a bull flag for a pop up or if this is gonna be a rejection. But it looks like this would have been a good trade. Couple options at $10, $15 and sell at 50 if we can make it to VWAP, which looks like it's what happened. What else? What else? Not much else to report here. Unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's not another day where I should have made much more. But I did wait. I tried to be patient. And this looked to me like a pretty strong resistance, but ended up selling. Where did I sell again? It was like down here or something. I don't remember. But this finally pushed through. We reached the 4180 target and then a spike above and didn't quite get it. So this would be a failed breakout, but not exactly a quick sell afterwards. Let's look at TradingView. Now I was hoping we would reject from here, which we did. Come back down and look, I just see that trend line from before. Rejection, rejection, support, support, support. Now it's support again. I have this usually on my iPad because I have to choose between this or my other. You've seen the 3 charts on my other screen for Thinkorswim, but this is interesting. I'm almost wondering if a swing would be in order here, but probably not. But you can see that how the day basically went down overnight. We lost this support, and this has been support for a long time, as you can see, and then fell. Bounced at this other support that Adam Mancini found from I don't know where, but I just threw it in and came back up here. Fake breakout above this trend line and then fell. And now we're back at this 41. I know 4168 is our main support, and it'll be good if bulls can keep this above this trend line right here. So let's see what tomorrow brings.